Shalom, Yasha'Allah. First and foremost, want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, the honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect that's pushing the great gospel in sincerity and truth. It's your brother Tazakai Yahweh from the Great Millstone, Indianapolis camp, coming at you another lesson through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, and Lord willing, be edifying. Got an article here from The Guardian, and it reads, Crown. Say crown surges across Europe as experts warn not to let guard down or not let guard down. Right. It says calls grow for greater measures against the wave of those flavors right there. Cases in countries from Spain to Denmark. So as we understand with these recent, pestilences and things that's going on in the world, they have definitely been aimed towards the beast, which would be, NATO and the EU, Babylon, aka America, included. But a lot of these things that have been coming to pass have definitely been, affecting the beast, if you've been paying attention. So it says, this came out Tuesday, June 22nd, 2022, the year Yahweh Shemashai turned it up. And it reads, multiple European countries are experiencing a significant surge in new crown, situations, I'll say. Like I say, you got to be careful, with wording. It says, as experts warn that with almost all restrictions lifted and booster take-up often low, cases could soar throughout the summer, leading to more deaths. According to the Our World in Data significant aggregator, the rolling 7-day average of confirmed new cases per million inhabitants is on the rise in countries including Portugal, France, Germany, Italy, Spain, Greece, the Netherlands, and Denmark, right? Which again, like I said, this is as they all part of the beast. You know what I'm saying? And and also what they are pretty much those are so-called white or Edomite, countries. You get what I'm saying with their takeover. Of course, but Jakes and other nations definitely are, intermingled within them. But, you get the gist. That's they part of the beast. They say Portugal has experienced the most dramatic wave with with those per million remaining at a 7-day average of 2,043 on Monday, the second highest new case rate in the world, although down somewhat from early June high of 2,878. In France, the corresponding figure has soared from 224 on the 13th of June to 920 in the space of a week. The pandemic is accelerating again. Despite the warm weather, Dr. Benjamin DeVito and infectious disease specialist at the Raymond Poincaré Hospital outside of Paris said the new, the new Omarion, and those particular parts from it, it says are 10 to 50% more infectious, and it's this that is giving the iris an added kick. DeVito told French radio, adding that in the medium term, the situation could become very tough in the country's hospitals. We are in a very particular situation in which it is vital that we maintain stable immunity through booster shots. Hospitals could fill up over the summer, he said, unless vulnerable people and those over 60 get a fourth, punch as soon as possible. It says health expert Dr. Damien Mascaret told France 2 television that those new flavors had led to significant excess deaths in Portugal, adding that hospital admissions in France were up 27%, intensive care admissions 17% in a week. The holiday season is about to start. Almost all restrictions have been relaxed. Things could take off again very fast indeed, and that's what these devils can do. That's why, like, when you put this thing out there, and soon as it's getting warmer and people gathering up, and we done lifted all these restrictions, so guess what? They know mass gatherings are going to come, going to gather up. People are going to gather up. Hey, just like been happening, case in point, in various places, I guarantee you, around Babylon the Great, which I know down here in Indianapolis, for sure, they had their little, their fun boy parade, and all these people gathered up together. So hey, that's a great situation to say what? Oh, a spike has happened in cases. You know what I'm saying? That's what these people do. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, like it goes to that Ordo ab KO, just all that, man. It goes into all their plans. But the scriptures say that we are not ignorant unto Satan's devices, right? So we're not ignorant. We know good and damn well with them saying all this and that, people coming together, these events and all this and that happening, they can easily say, this many people done caught this and this many done caught that, and ain't none of them went got, tested. And then what could happen? More dramatic, measures as far as restrictions, lockdowns, so forth and so on. And Lord willing, that happen. But it says, it's like it says, all restrictions have been relaxed. Things could take off again very fast indeed, he said. It's concerning that only 29% of over 60s have so far got the fourth punch, to which they are entitled. The 7-day average infection rate per million is lower in Germany, reaching 715 on Monday, but has been climbing steadily since the first week of June, when it stood at 324. The federal health minister, Karl Lauterbach, you know he must be, has spoken of a summer wave of what? New cases, right? They what all these people were talking about, a summer wave of more violence and more uproars and more sedition and more this and more shortages and more this and that. Now more, hey man, hey, we understand what's coming down the pipe, Mass chaos. Ultimately, Jacob's troubles around the corner. It says this has unfortunately become a fact. Lautenbach told it was the Rheinische Post in the newspaper last week, adding on Twitter that vulnerable people should get a fourth jab of Victoria, and suggested masks were a good idea in enclosed spaces. The people still over here will run around looking stupid as hell with a bone. But it says Germany's BAK Medical Association recently urged the government to prepare for an autumn and winter crown onslaughts, calling for extra planning to ensure schools stayed open, vulnerable people were protected, and hospitals operated normally. The Berlin government's expert advisory council has said the country is benefiting from both a high level of immunity and flavors causing relatively mild symptoms, but warned of a worst case scenario in which hospitals could be overwhelmed. Yeah, whoever typed up this article, But anyways, it says the combination of a more dangerous flavor with rapidly waning immunity could pose serious problems. It said in the report that masks indoors and capacity limits at major public events could soon be advisable, along with stricter measures in areas with more serious, outbreaks. It says Greece has also seen a 7-day average of new infections surge from 377 per million on the 13th of June to 681 this week. The health minister said on Monday cases would climb further, but it did not expect an increase in ICU admissions or deaths. So I believe, this article is the 21st, so came out last week. So, hey, as they say, I guarantee those numbers are higher than what they're saying right now. So it says, in Italy, new infections have risen from 354 per million to 549 in the space of a week. ISS, the country's National Institute of Health, said cases have climbed for the second week in a row, with the transmission rate rising again to epidemic level. Ooh. The percentage of infected patients in intensive care units continue to fall, but only one of Italy's 21 regions is still considered a low risk, with 14 classified as moderate and the remaining 6 as high, owing to the rising number of alerts. Professor Walter Riccardi, Rixer, or whatever, a former president of the institute, told Enchronos that the government may have relaxed restrictions too quickly. It's our third summer of the pandemic, and we still haven't learned our lesson, right? So with that, like I said again, what can that bring? They can, we did it too early, we did this and that. Guess what? Now we gotta lock everything back down again. See how this works? It says, in the most favorable times for fighting irises, spring and summer, we cannot let our guard down, and we must also prepare for unfavorable conditions in the autumn. And I don't think any of this is being done. Case numbers in the Netherlands have risen for a third week in a row. The Dutch Public Health Institute, RIVM, said on Tuesday, blaming the global rise of the, those flavors right there. According to Our World in data, the Dutch 7-day infection rate has surged from, Hold on. First surge from. Oh, okay, Salaki. I was reading that wrong. I thought it said 117 million, but it say 117 per million to 204. It say per million in the past week. So it's a it's a the two biggest Dutch employers organizations called on Monday for people to return to observing basic crown hygiene rules. Like the little noise. That's a while the health minister Ernst Quippers, I don't know, has said that there was a very real risk of millions of people becoming infected this autumn. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, that's all about that. That's pretty much all that's going on there, you know. So, one thing I still like to look into, which a lot of people has, in a sense, it's not really the big talk anymore. But at the end of the day, it's still around, and they can, hey, say it can do what, Esau Edom can do what, they can always play that card again with the pandemic. Just like they got those, I believe, in those Illuminati cards. That was one of the cards that you played. I believe, slack if I'm wrong, but I believe it definitely was a pandemic, Illuminati, a pandemic Illuminati card, slack yeah. So it says, so yeah, again, it say crown surges across Europe and experts warn not to let guard down. So, going to these scriptures. Because you better not let your guard down. Because you know why? It's all a part of prophecy. And it's all going to come to pass and be brought to you by who? Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. 2nd Ezra chapter 15, starting at verse 1. Behold, speak down the ears of my people. The people of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai are you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And you speckled birds, or you Israelite foreigners who look like the heathen because you were scattered amongst them, but your seed line go back to the 12 tribes of Israel, or Jacob. Right? And say speak the words of prophecy, right? The word prophecy means what? To say before. So he's telling you, warning you right now before it happens. Which means it's inevitable because of the prophecy of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Therefore, it's best for you to tune in and take heed. Which I will put in thy mouth, said Yahweh Shemel Shai. So, hey, as the men of the Lord have been set up to be a watchman to the house of Israel, as the scriptures say. So, and that's Ezekiel 3:17. So, this is love, and the Lord extended His arm, to warn you of what's coming to pass and what's going to happen and what you should do so that you may be preserved in those times. But we know a majority of our people are not going to take heed, but the elect going to take heed, and hey, everybody else who don't going to be left out there to dry, and good riddance, right? It says, and cause them to be written in paper, right? That's why I have the scriptures, for they are faithful and true. The Most High is not a man that he should lie. You know what I'm saying? So he's not a liar. It's impossible for the Most High to lie. So if he said it's gonna happen, then best believe it's gonna happen on his time, not yours. Verse 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity or unbelief of them trouble thee that speak against thee. That's why we stand out there bold as a lion, not worrying about what you saying. Because we told not to fear you. The scriptures say that he has not given us a spirit of fear, so we don't give a damn about y'all. It say, fear not him that can kill the body and soul. Well, that can kill the body, but fear him that can kill the body and soul. You get what I'm saying? So we fear Yahweh Bashem Shai, not men, right? To hell what you can do, you know, it's all going to be sanctioned by who? Yahweh Bashem Shai, whether we become martyrs for the truth or not. It's all the will of Yahweh Bashem Shai. But at the end of the day, if you're going to die, it's best for you to be on the right hand of Yahweh Bashem Shai so to be raised up first and to come, and to ultimately pull up where Yahweh Shai and the other angels, saying as the elect, Could have said the dead shall rise first. First Thessalonians chapter 4. It say verse 4. But here's the thing, even if speak how you want to speak, say what you want to say, believe what you want to believe, that's all good. For all the unfaithful, right? So all those who don't believe in this truth, of you Israelites only, not the body of believers as vocab I always speak of, all them heathens and niggas, you even got Jake that's a part of the body of believers, but just those who's calling them Jeebus and following Christianity, they're gonna die. Unless Yahweh Hashem Shai put the spirit on some of those Israelites to come out of that like he did majority of the rest of us. But if not, them body believers, mainly those heathens, finished. And Jake who still falling after that madness. So again, it say, for all the unfaithful shall do what? Die in their unfaithfulness. So, hey, what's that to us? We trying to work out our own salvation with fear and trembling to receive, to be beamed up and to be hidden from the destruction. Hey, so what's that to us? So what happened to you? You an enemy of Yahweh Shemel Shai, then good riddance. You deserve what you get. Verse 5, behold, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, I will bring plagues upon the world, right? So the point of this is what? The Lord is bringing the plagues upon the earth. Rather be what? The sword, rather be famine, rather be death, rather be in destruction, rather be pestilences, rather be earthquakes in diverse places, food shortages, whatever the case may be. It goes on and on. The Yahweh Shemel Shai is bringing these plagues upon the world. And why is he doing it? Verse 6, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled, right? Because it's time for a cleansing to come. The wickedness has just been running rampant and rampant and rampant. Why? Because this man, Esau Edom, is in power. Because he is the wicked. He cannot do good. He wasn't set up. He wasn't designed to do good. Right? To say his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him. This man is just not right. He can't get right. And then it say, well, even when he do good, he don't do it willingly. So this is a complete nigga, a complete devil that you, Jakes, is putting your faith in. And you all gonna die. But even the rest of the world who's falling at this man, you falling at the wickedness, y'all all gonna die. Right? So that's why all these plagues are coming upon the earth, for the wickedness that's being committed in the earth. Right? I'm gonna jump down. Let me just read this part real quick. 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. What does woe mean? It means lamentations, calamity, lamentations, mournings, woe, death and destructions, hard afflictions is coming to the world. You understand? It says, what's lucky? Where am I going? Yeah, there we go, right here. This is verse 24. Woe to them that sin. Woe to the people that sin and transgress the laws you have by Shema Shai. But y'all say that the law is done away with. Well, the scriptures say, woe to them that sin. What is sin? Transgressions of the law. And it say, what? And keep not my commandments. So woe to you not. We say we don't gotta follow. We just gotta believe and say Jesus and this and that. No. Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments. You are to keep the commandments for your whole entire life. There's no ending to the law, statutes, and commandments. What the hell you think going to happen when we in the kingdom? How the world's going to be ruled in righteousness? By what? The laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shema Shai. Right? Saith the Lord. I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children, from the power, and defile not my sanctuary. For the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him. And therefore deliver he them unto death and destruction. All you 2/3 Jakes, the Lord know all of you. You can't hide your sins. You can't hide with your iniquity. You can't hide it. He created you and he put it in your spirit to do so. So he know who all those who sin against him. Therefore, what he gonna do to you? Deliver them to death and destruction. You heathens, like I always say, don't give a damn about y'all. Y'all gonna receive what y'all gonna receive. Oh well, said we don't give a shit about y'all. Yeah, here's the point though. It says, or one of the points. It says, for now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, right? All those various plagues, those said plagues of death, destruction, famine, locusts eating crops, animals, insects eating crops, fires, storms, well, you name it. For now, all the plagues come upon the earth, and ye shall remain in them. There's no letting up. Ain't gonna be no point in time where, the coast is clear, we can wipe the sweat off your forehead. No, that's not coming. You're gonna continue to, these plagues are continue to uptick and uptick and uptick before the destruction comes to this place. For the Most High shall not deliver you, because ye have sinned against him. So all you Jakes who sin against Yahweh Shema Shai, hey, when that day come and you forsook Yahweh Shema Shai by what? Not listen to his man cast us off, you're going to be delivered unto death and destruction. They say, let me get this real quick. Even though it's, going into, Asia, but this is also prevalent to the rest of the world as well. Verse 49, I will send plagues upon thee, right? Widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence. That's what this is, a pestilence. They also talking about what? The monkey business that's out. The typhoid fever going crazy now, and all these other various, pestilence that's going out that they're not putting in mainstream. But they coming out. Super bugs and these other, so-called diseases that have no antibiotics. They have no nothing to fight against them with. All these things are coming out because why? Yahweh Shema Shai sent them to waste thy house. Why? To waste thy houses with death and destruction. That's why these pestilences and these plagues are being sent to destroy you. It ain't sent for the good or the betterment of you. But like I said, understand us, Lord will be able to elect. We hasten to come and we want these things to come to pass because what? That means we draw nigh and nigh and nigh and closer to the end. Right? So, Salakia. And we just gonna end it off with, hey, the words of our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. This is we gonna get this right here. What it say? Things to come. Luke chapter 21, verse 10. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. That's why people talk about why we can't be peaceful, why we can't be in whole hands and harmony. No. It's a part of prophecy for a nation to rise against each other. And kingdom become against each other. It was prophecy for what? World War I, World War II, World War III to happen. That's prophecy. So of course nations gonna rise against each other. If nobody rise against each other, where's the battle of Armageddon? Where's the battle down there in the valley of Jehoshaphat? Or Yahweh Shaphat, Yahweh's judgment. What about that? If nations don't rise against each other, yeah, we understand. Nations rise against each other. Then also earlier, it came out that they mounted up 300,000 troops, NATO troops, or whatever the case may be, to go against Russia. So hey, man, we in those times. So you a fool? We shouldn't do that. We should just join hands and be okay. You in the wrong spirit, and you gonna die if you a Jake in that spirit, right? And then the rest, of course, like I say, heathens to hell with you. Verse 11. And the great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines, and what? Pestilences. What's a pestilence, brother? This is Loy Moss. And it's a plague, the disease, or a pest, that's what a pestilence is, a plague, or, a disease, right? It says, so again, the great earthquake shall be in diverse places, and famines, and pestilences, and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. And really, like I said, those signs where they show, these planets forming and this and that, or you may see a sign with like a solar eclipse or a blood moon, whatever the case may be, but also what the signs of the chariots, fearful sight. Oh, what the hell is that? The people scared don't know what it is, but we understand. We understand entirely what it is. We understand what that, and now it's high time to wake up out of sleep, for our salvation drawer. Matter of fact, I want to butcher it. Yeah. So when we see all these things come to pass, what we just read, as far as those prophecies, Romans chapter 13, verse 11, and that knowing the time that now it is high time to wake out of sleep. Hey, it's time for you to wake up out of sleep. You seeing all these things going on. Jake always saying we in the end, but not really inquiring of the truth of the whole matter. But it's time for you to inquire from the words of Yahweh Shai through his men, no matter how they look, no matter if he tall, short, small, skinny, whatever the case may be. He's a man of the Lord. He's a prophet of Yahweh Shai. He is speaking the truth. It's time for you to inquire to them if the Spirit gets put on you, because if not, you're going to be left out here to dry and be destroyed and to deliver unto death and destruction, as the scriptures we just read. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. You know what I'm saying? So how much more back during the time of Paul, in the first century AD, around that time period, how much more of that time period than what? Where we at now, 2,000 years down the line? How much more is our salvation nearer now? You see? So again, it's time to inquire and seek ye the Lord while he may be found, and call upon him while he is near. Because the gates, the doors of mercy, that spiritual ark, man, the doors are going to be shut. And the one that's going to shut is who? No other than Yahweh Shai himself. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to sincere Akim while Akwaf out there listening. Afawakim, out there listening. I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, the honor to our apostles, the elders, the great millstone, who rule well. And peace and blessings to the hopeful elect that pushes great gospel in sincerity and truth. Shalom, Yasha Allah, Abai, Babal.